Good morning. This is Dr. McDaniel. I'm a board certified obstetrician gynecologist in New York City, and I'm bringing to you all things health related for women today. Thank you for joining me at the corner today. So let's see, today, almost forgot. Please check out not just the Facebook, but the YouTube channel. It's also called GYN Corner. And podcast, which is GYN Corner. We're on all of the podcast platforms. So Spotify, um, Google, Apple, everyone. All right, so I got that out the way just as a reminder. So today I'm speaking about resveratrol, and if you did not see the presentation previously, I did a previous presentation on who wants to live forever. So it's speaking about longevity. It's a two-parter, and in that two-parter, I do mention that Dr. Sinclair recommends everyone take resveratrol to help support longevity or to increase our length and quality of life. Now, resveratrol made a splash in the news. I remember it feels like it was maybe like 10 years ago, so maybe around 2010 to 2012 or so. And it made a splash because, of course, the salacious feature was that everyone should just drink loads of red wine every single day to help increase heart health and improve our longevity. Well, that was extracted from Dr. Sinclair's research, and apparently um, it was really kind of detrimental for his career at the time because it was in a mocking fashion. Oh, just become a wino. But that's not what the research was supporting. And it's because resveratrol is a natural compound. It's found predominantly in red grape skin. It's also found in Japanese knotweed, which is actually a weed, and it's found predominantly in Japan, but it has spread around the world. So red grape skin, Japanese knotweed, it's found in any of the strongly colored fruits. So not just red grapes, but obviously purple and black grapes. It's highly found in those. And to a lesser degree, plums and blackberries, all of the fruits, cranberries, mulberries, lingonberries. It's also found in peanuts and pistachios. So it's a really, really powerful, a strong antioxidant. And if you check the playlist, I have a playlist on YouTube. I don't have it set up for Facebook, but if you check the playlist, there's a playlist with a lot of information on different antioxidants. So it's a really powerful antioxidant because it's polyphenol, and it's also what's called a phytoalexin. Now, phytoalexins are basically naturally produced antibiotics that different plants produce in order to protect them from environmental stressors. So a large amount of resveratrol is produced in the skin of grapes, and what it does is it's produced during under stress and duress. So what it does for the grapes is it helps to fight fungal diseases that they can be potentially plagued with during different seasons. It also fights bacteria, and also it prevents or decreases to a large degree damage that can be produced by the sun during different seasons and other microbial attackers, and it aids the plants or the fruits in withstanding drought or lack of nutrients, so depending on how the soil is for any given year. Wine does have a higher level of resveratrol as compared to other fruits, and potentially like the peanuts and the pistachios, which are considered fruits. So that's where the whole kind of splash of just drink lots of red wine and it'll help you. So resveratrol is an antioxidant that gets produced as a response to a lot of the stressors that these plants have to overcome in their environment in order to survive. In so doing, when we intake those elements, it actually helps to promote defense mechanisms in our bodies to help us survive under times of stress and duress. Now, resveratrol, according to the research, has a lot of strong benefits. And based on the research, the benefits, of course, are anti-inflammatory, antioxidant. which of course helps our body to repair under a lot of the hormonal stressors such as cortisol and insulin that we can have spike throughout the day. It also prevents atherosclerosis, and this is predominantly through its antioxidant, anti-inflammatory effects, because atherosclerotic plaques are built due to damage inside the blood vessel linings under different stressors. And then the body tries to protect itself by producing those plaques, different inflammatory stressors. It also helps to prevent cancer cell maturation, proliferation, and it helps to increase or to trigger apoptosis, which is programmed cell death, which of course is important in cancer cells because cancer cells don't have an automatic cell death or death cycle. They're just constantly producing. So our body can actually increase potential death of cancer cells with the aid of resveratrol because of its really, really strong anti-inflammatory, antioxidant effects. It also does reduce the risk of Alzheimer's, and Alzheimer's for probably the last 10 to 15 years or so has been called diabetes type 3. And what it does is it helps decrease or prevent the production of those amyloid plaques, which are predominant in Alzheimer's and destructive. And that's due to inflammation from high levels or chronic insulin levels and the response of the body to chronic and high levels of insulin or insulin resistance. It also naturally, as a resultant factor, does decrease the risk of diabetes because it increases insulin sensitivity, and it protects in so doing against obesity, because once you decrease insulin sensitivity and you decrease diabetes, you also decrease obesity. They all go hand in hand. It also helps to increase lifespan or increase longevity. It's been shown in a lot of the lower animal studies. It's a dose-dependent ratio. So in the research labs with yeast, also with fish, with flies, they use these, and with mice, they use these animals because they have really short lifespans. So if you double their lifespan, it can go from like living 48 hours to living for 4 days. So they've shown in a dose-dependent fashion that they do increase the lifespan of these lower-level animals and species. And it looks that resveratrol helps to increase the lifespan because it helps to turn on or to activate or to improve or increase a lot of the genes that make sirtuins. So it activates the SIRT2 genes, and those genes are really, sirtuins are ancient proteins which are found in all species, obviously in humans, and it helps to increase the response of those genes to help us respond to stressors and to diseases, as I stated earlier. So it increases and improves lifespan because it decreases a lot of the diseases and the effects of environmental factors that would bring us down. Now, resveratrol is available as a dietary supplement, so you don't have to have like 50 pounds of dark grapes or plums or peanuts or pistachios. You don't have to have like 20 bottles of red wine, because that's kind of essentially what they're saying. This is going to be like equal to 20 bottles of red wine a day. It comes as a dietary supplement. It's from the resveratrol is extracted from the Japanese knotweed, the red wine extracts, and amongst other sources where you can get the resveratrol. And it's in powder form, so it's micronized powder form. Comes in the little capsules. You can separate them and just take the powder and not the gel capsule, or you can just take the capsule with the powder. You do want to make sure that you get micronized resveratrol and that it's as pure as possible. You're supposed to take it with a fat-laden food like a whole milk yogurt or guacamole or avocado, something like that, because it increases absorption when it's taken with something that's fat-laden. And according to Dr. Sinclair, it's recommended to, well, he doesn't make recommendations, he states that, but if you follow by example, he states that he takes 1,000 milligrams of resveratrol every single day. He takes them in the morning with a bowl of yogurt, or you can, what I do, I've been taking resveratrol for the last couple of months also, and I just take, I have 500 milligram tablets. I take two of those little pill powdered, so it's in a little gel capsule powder. I take those with about 2 shot glasses worth of yogurt every evening, and it's a 10% milk fat yogurt that I take it with. So I hope that's been helpful information on the benefits of resveratrol. Thank you for joining me at GYN Corner today, and please hit the like, subscribe, and follow buttons, and please note any questions that you have either on this topic or additional topics, anything that's related for women's health. I'll be more than happy to discuss with you. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.